Hello, today I'm going through 3 months worth of empties, fails, and faves. I have skincare, I have lash care, I have body care, I have hair care, a little bit of everything. But let's address the elephant in the room. I'm wearing a hat and I have a huge rash on my face, and it was under control with some barrier repair products, but I've taken a break of all my skincare and most of my makeup, and I'm using a hat in front of my direct light window to shield myself from some of the sun that's coming through the window because I can't wear my sunscreen. So let's start with my morning skincare routine that I've finished up. I finished up a whole bottle of the ZIIP gel. This lasted me a full year. The reason is I always use a little bit of a mist before I start in with my ZIIP gel. This is a great microcurrent gel, and if you're not using microcurrent, definitely check it out. I have a video that I just completed a full year review of microcurrent, and I'll put that up here. It is a great modality if you're looking for a little bit of anti-aging benefits at home. Next, I had to kind of stop using the Versed balm. This is their Day Dissolve cleansing balm. The reason is there's a bit of eucalyptus in it. And at first I wasn't having any problems, but then when I started to have this breakout, this was really exacerbating the irritation of my skin. So I decided that I would declutter this. But another cleanser that I've been loving for a first cleanse that I just discovered this year is the Pixi EDO cleansing oil. I actually picked it up at Target on sale. It was only like $7, but I love this cleansing oil. It's very comparable to the Hada Labo cleansing oil and very reasonably priced. I went through several serums this month. 4 serums. This is the Calcium Professional Serum. This is their serum full of peptides and growth factors. Calcium is a brand that derived its stem cells and growth factors and peptides from the umbilical cord of a red deer, one single red deer, and they were ethically sourced. Peptides are these stimulating cell communicating molecules that we're going to be hearing a lot more about in the future, especially with regard to skincare. They just tell the cell to act younger. They boost the cell's ability to regenerate, and they are becoming incredibly popular in skincare and hair care products. Keep your eyes open. The research right now is somewhat limited, but there's a lot of potential. So I really enjoyed using these growth factors. In fact, I have another little sample of this that I'm going to go use after this heals up to help with healing, because this serum is especially designed for post-procedure, meaning you've got some irritated skin and you're trying to heal up. So I'm definitely going to be breaking out my Calcium serum after this heals up. Another serum I finished up this summer was the May Love Fade Away. This is an anti-pigmentation serum. This targets melanin production in the skin. It contains arbutin and kojic acid. I really enjoyed using this serum. It does have kind of an earthy green scent, but it's just from the ingredients in the formula. A vitamin C serum I finished up, also very affordable, is the Geek and Gorgeous 101 C Glow. This is 15% vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid. I've had to put away my vitamin C this week because of my irritation, but I didn't find this irritating at all during the months that I was using it, and my skin was sort of in its normal condition. It's a great affordable vitamin C. It doesn't have a ton of other actives. You'll find other serums that may have more actives in it, like the SkinCeuticals with the CE ferulic, which are buffered by some antioxidants. This is just plain old L-ascorbic acid at 15%, which is fairly high. If you're not used to vitamin C in the form of L-ascorbic acid, you might want to start off at a lower percentage. That's what I've done over the last year, and my skin is becoming a lot more tolerant. This is the Ordinary Serum, the Argireline. I'm going to have to declutter this. This is definitely a fail for me. It irritates my skin, even when my skin isn't normally irritated, so I'm definitely decluttering this. Argireline is sort of that Botox in a bottle, but this formula, either it has too high a percentage. I find it drying and irritating, especially around my eye area. I'm definitely retiring the Argireline solution, but if you want to try something and you're not into Botox, everyone says that this is the Botox in a bottle. I finished up the sunscreen, EV Technology. One of the kids put a sticker on it. This is not the kids formula, but they do make a kids formula. I just put in my 6-month order. Our whole family loves it. I talk about it on the channel all the time. If you want a great sunscreen that is beard friendly for the guys in your life and that kids enjoy putting on, there's nothing else in here, but it's a foam sunscreen, so the kids love it. I highly recommend this. It's not easy to find. in the United States. In fact, it's made in Sweden, so you have to order it. My favorite site to order it from is ifsogo.com because you get a bit of a discount if you order more than one can. Next up, I'm going to share with you some lash products that I've been trying. Now, I finished up my bimatoprost, and there is a big backlash on the serums that are containing prostaglandins. I think the research needs to be continued, but in an effort to be conservative, I'm discontinuing my use of bimatoprost. I have used it now for over 7 years to help with lash growth. I actually have talked to my ophthalmologist about his concerns with bimatoprost. He personally doesn't have any concerns with fat pad loss with this. He is also an eye surgeon and has prescribed it for years and years, and he does not see any correlation with fat pad loss. So, like I said, in an effort to be conservative, I am going to retire this, and I have found another lash growth serum, and I've just started using this. It's by Revive Lash, and this is prostaglandin free, and it also contains peptides. Like I was saying earlier, the Calicin line has growth factors and peptides that are becoming extremely exciting in the skincare world because of their ability to help skin health and regenerate growth. And this has both growth factors and peptides. And there seems to be one particular peptide that is really helpful for lash growth. I'm going to report back in about 6 months to see if I can maintain my lashes. I'll take some before and afters. I do have an affiliate code for them, so if you want to save a few pennies, I'll put that underneath here and in the description and in the comments. I'm also having to retire my Revitalash serum. The reason I'm retiring this one is because, and decluttering it and not recommending it anymore, is because it has been causing my eyes a lot of irritation. The one before this that I tried, the same tube, the same formula supposedly, didn't cause any irritation, but this actually burns my eyes. So this isn't quite empty, but it is a fail for me because I'm going to be retiring it due to the irritation. One of my favorite eye drops is Lumify. It just helps brighten up the eyes. I don't know if you've noticed as you've gotten in your wiser years, if your eyes just aren't as clear as they used to be, but this definitely brightens my eyes. I usually have a lot of allergies, somewhat year-round where I live, and this just brightens up my eyes, makes them whiter, and I have no problem using this with my contacts. I've definitely, once again, checked with my ophthalmologist, and they have no problem with me using this serum, but definitely check with your ophthalmologist. Everyone has different health concerns with their eyes. Another lash product that I've been using is my mascara from Tower 28, completely done, dried up. This was one of my favorite mascaras from 2022, best of, and I think it's gonna be in my 2023. I have one lip product that I completely finished up. This is the Dermalect Periorbital Lip Moisturizer, and it's designed to help limit the lines in your lip area and help those nasal labial folds have a softer look. I'm gonna do some before and afters up here. I honestly think this makes a difference, but before and afters are always helpful. It is subtle. I know some of you have used this and said, really doesn't do anything. And some of you use it and like, oh my gosh, I have 3 tubes and I love it. I am in the, I really enjoy this. I think it helps, but it's subtle for me personally. I don't have a lot of deep lines in my upper lip because I had those resurfaced with Erbium YAG laser. If you haven't seen that video, I'll pop it up above. But I do have some deep nasolabial folds that are starting to kind of collapse in, and I really think this softens them. So I'm going to show you my before and afters. I do a deadpan look. I try to relax and really get the exact same expression on my face so that you can really tell a difference in my before and afters. And if you look at these pictures, I see a subtle result. As far as my evening skincare routine empties, I've finished 2 Geek and Gorgeous retinaldehyde products. They're 0.05% and they're 0.1%. So I've enjoyed both of these products. I've been using retinaldehyde religiously this year. My skin is not tolerating my usual tretinoin. I switched to a different type of tretinoin with some more moisturizing ingredients. I think it's called Altrino. I've tried that a few nights a week. I can still only tolerate that once or twice a week. And of course now, not at all. So if you're having trouble getting your skin to cooperate with a prescription retinoid, try retinaldehyde or a gram-active retinoid. Those are two vitamin A retinoid products that really help with cell rejuvenation and turnover without causing the irritation to the skin if you're having trouble with tretinoin. Another empty from my evening routine is the Calcium Multi-Action Cream. I was very excited to try this because I'd heard a lot about it online about giving this contoured jawline and just giving a lifted look to your skin. I gave one to my mom. She's been trying it. I'm going to give you a clip here where I did a little interview with her and she can share with you her experience in her own words. I just wanted to share with you guys what my mom was thinking about the Calcium. My mom's been using it for about 3 months, maybe more?
3 months.
About 3 months. And I gifted her the small travel size and you liked it so much that you wanted to get the larger one.
Correct.
Right? Why is this different than any other cream that you've tried?
Well, I like this because it's very soft and it soaks in quickly and it's not greasy and it makes my skin very soft.
Do you think it's made any change to the texture of your skin? Because a lot of people are talking about this cream kind of doing some lifting and toning and firming. Have you noticed that?
I have not noticed that.
I haven't either, and I've used this whole jar up. So I haven't noticed lifting, firming, toning, but if you like a moisturizer that when you go to bed, it sinks into your skin, you don't have to wait for it to dry down. Right. It's not dewy and tacky. And how would you say this sits under your makeup?
Oh, it's wonderful under makeup.
Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
So you don't have any pilling or anything like that?
No. Nothing like that at all.
Yeah, because sometimes if you use a moisturizer and then you put a sunscreen on or some makeup on, you can get that pilling where it kind of rubs off a little bit.
Yes, this does not do it.
Okay, great. My personal experience using this moisturizer, it lasted me about 3 months. I used it in my evening routine only. I used it mostly to buffer my retinaldehyde, so I would put this moisturizer on, then put my retinaldehyde on, and then maybe a little bit of facial oil. I really enjoyed this moisturizer. I love the ingredient deck with the peptides and the growth factors. It was very soothing. It was very hydrating. It doesn't leave a glowy look. So if you are in a climate that's a little bit more humid or you don't like that real glow look, this definitely sinks into the skin, gets to work right away. Now, did I find that I had a contoured jaw or contoured cheek line after 3 months of using this? I personally did not, but there are people that really feel this has done that for them, just given that lifted and contoured look along their neck, jawline, and cheek. If you're curious about the growth factors and the peptides and the lifted contouring look that some people are claiming they're getting with this, I do have a discount code, and let me know if you use it, what you think. It's a prescription formula that I'm using for my neck and décolleté that I finished up. This is hydroquinone at 6%. This is a anti-pigmentation formula. I have not been using it on my face, just my neck and décolleté to kind of catch up the differentiation in pigment between my neck, décolleté, and my face, which is a little bit lighter. This also has kojic acid, arbutin, and emblica, all lightening and brightening products. And I will be giving this a 3-month break because you're not supposed to use hydroquinone without taking 3 months on, 3 months off. So you take a break in between. I also finished up the Dermalex Neck and Décolleté Cream. This is their professional cream with AHAs, BHAs. So it has lactic, it has glycolic, it has salicylic. It also has squalane and avocado oil. If you haven't tried actives on your neck and décolleté, this is a very gentle formula. I thought it was going to be a little bit more aggressive, but it really was gentle. I didn't find a huge difference because I'm also using hydroquinone and I'm also having some professional treatments done on my neck and décolleté to help with pigmentation. So for me personally, I didn't see like this huge wow factor, but if you have never used an active on your neck and décolleté, I think this is a perfect beginner active product to try because it's very gentle and you'll probably notice some lightening of the pigmentation and the discoloration in this area. Last of my evening skincare empties is the Stacked Skincare Shrunko Facial Oil. In the winter months, it took me forever to finish this. In the winter months, I use a little facial oil to seal in my skincare at night. During the summer, I just don't need it. So it takes me a long time to get through a facial oil, but this is a lovely facial oil. I do have a discount code down below, but you have to spend $75. This isn't cheap, but if you wanted to spring for it as a seasonal gift, I know they're going to be having a sale coming up, so keep your eyes open for that. I'll definitely put the Stacked Skincare sale on my community page. If you're not familiar with my community page, you'll have to toggle over to my home page, and there's lots of tabs you can look at, and under the community page, I post just sort of daily events, either my personal daily events that are happening in my life, lots of the skincare, hair care, and makeup discounts that are going on or sales that are going on. So definitely keep an eye on my community page. Or if you're on Instagram, I pretty much do the same content with a little bit more information over on Instagram. So this was definitely a favorite. And an empty, I have a new facial oil that I'm trying, and I'll be reporting back on that in a few months. Another moisturizer that I emptied is the Jordan Samuel Moisture Recovery Cream. It does take me a while to get through this. This is a very thick balm texture. I don't even think there's any in here that I can show you. Maybe. No, it is like squeezed out. I've been using this lately because I've had this irritation before I decided to stop. Oh, here, a little bit. Before I decided to stop all skincare. This is a gorgeous balm texture. It does take me a while to get through it because I use it more in the winter months than I do in the summer and spring. That's when I turn to my Instant Angels and the new Instant Angels Air. But this is always in my cupboard. It's always on rotation. Like I said, really helps if you have some skin irritation, and it's wonderful in the winter if you have dry skin. I've gone through quite a bit of body care. Let's start with one of my favorites, which is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This is the fragrance-free version. It goes on every time I jump out of the shower onto damp skin. I follow it up with an active moisturizer, either the slather or my new favorite find, and definitely on my repurchase and highly recommend list, is Versed. Now the difference between these two is this only contains a retinoid. This has a retinoid plus some lactic acid, urea, and also the retinol. So it's a little bit more active, whereas this just has the single retinol ingredient. But I love the way they both go on the skin. I love the way they're hydrating. So I think either one is a great choice. I definitely prefer this slather a little bit more than the Versed just because it has more active ingredients. What I have been loving about the Versed is I'm also using it as a hand cream because it soaks in beautifully. It just leaves your skin super velvety soft. I put it on today. It's actually, I think, going to replace the Trader Joe's hand and body that sits at my sink because this sinks in so beautifully after I wash my hands, and there's just no trace of anything greasy, and it really makes my hands look nice throughout the day. I finished up another tube of the Murad Exfoliating Cleanser. This is a facial cleanser with actives. I use it on the body. If you haven't seen my body care routine, I'll pop it up here. Go check that out. Love this as a body exfoliation cleanser. My hair care empty fails and faves include the Calicium Professional Advanced Hair System. If you haven't heard me talk about this, I'll leave my playlist for my hair growth experience. I have about 4 or 5 videos now. And the last 2 or 3, I've been using the Calicium Advanced Hair System. I've used minoxidil for years along with my low-level laser light cap. And I noticed that I'm still starting to thin a little bit, or I haven't been able to fill in any sparse areas. I heard about this system. I did receive this in PR, that it actually will increase the activity of your follicle and possibly bring back hair where you've actually lost hair. The Rogaine helps me maintain my hair growth. This is actually growing hair. I went to my stylist last month and he was like, "What are you doing?" I actually have, and if I could take off my hat, I actually have a new hairline that's growing in that's much fuller. Now, am I ever gonna have curly, thick, dense hair? No, but I definitely am noticing an increase in the number of hairs, the thickness of my hair, the density of my hair. My hair is growing like crazy. That was another comment that he made, is like, your hair is growing like crazy. Like, what are you doing? So I introduced him to the Calicium system. He's actually considering stocking it in his salon. He was so impressed with my results. I'm going to be doing a full review on this. The first time I used this system was back 6 months ago. I've done a few updates in between. Like I said, this is my 6-month box. And then beyond that, you can choose to use a quarter of a vial. It comes in a pack of 6 vials of serum. You use it twice a week, each day a half a vial. And then the maintenance is once a week, a quarter of a vial. So I haven't decided if I'm going to go on maintenance. I actually saw great hair growth, even not using it. During the 6 months, I only had 1 vial of a booster session that I did at the 3-month point. So I've had great growth. So I may just continue to use this every 6 months to maintain my hair growth. And like I said, I definitely have new hair growth, more density in my hair growth, and faster growing hair. So I've really been impressed with this system. Like I said, it comes with 6 vials. You do use a microneedling stamp to open up the channels in your hair so that the serum can penetrate into your scalp. Again, it has the growth factors and peptides that are signature of the Coliseum products. And I'm telling you, I have been very surprised by this product. I'll link a few more videos down below of other folks that have used it and had really nice results. I've also finished up the Vegamour shampoo. I didn't really notice that this was any different than any of the shampoos that I've used. It took me a long time to get through this. I didn't reach for it that often. It does have a really nice scent. It has bergamot. I did do a review on this, a first impressions review, if you want to check that out. One of my declutters and fails in the hair product area is the X-Fusion Keratin Hair Fibers. These are fibers that you blast into your hair roots, and they help make your hair appear thicker. Actually, I just felt it was grainy. It looked like I had dandruff. It didn't really make my hair look thicker. It just looked like my hair was dirty, or there was just some sort of product in my hair. So I'm going to be decluttering this. I'm afraid it just was a fail for me. I don't recommend it. I say if you're having issues with hair growth that you try some growth factors or peptides or see your medical provider. Of course, my issue is telogen effluvium and androgenic alopecia. So this is actually working beautifully for me, but you may have a different condition which is causing your hair loss. So always check with your medical provider before you start a hair growth system. Before I let you go, I want to share with you a hack or a tip that I learned to tell if your empties are really empty when you can't actually open the packaging to tell and you're wondering if it's time to reorder. You just grab your phone, turn on the flashlight, place your container on top, and you can see if it's empty or not. Clearly, my Geek and Gorgeous retinaldehyde is empty. I'm going to try it with the Elta MD, which is a little bit of a thicker bottle. I can see a little bit down below where there's a little bit left. I can just tell by the weight of it that it's headed to empty. So I just thought that was a really fun tip or trick to see if you're ready to reorder and if your products are truly empty when you can't actually open the product. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and wishing you all a skintastic day.